but you see them all the time. Yeah. So um, I think that's a really good thing we could work on. That's I guess my thought.
Yes, yeah. So you know Pai Jivan Singh? Pai
Of
Jivan
course.
Singh.
Yeah, yeah. I met him many times in Los Angeles and both Espanola. That would have been back in the 80s and the 90s too.
Okay.
But what I remember about him, he was always Waiguru, Waiguru, every breath, on his breath, every breath. And he was always serving hunger and just always very humble and accessible. Unfortunately, he didn't speak much English, so
Yes.
it was really hard to communicate like that. And I
Hmm.
think, I think that his not speaking much English though was kind of a hindrance too, and not that it's fault. I mean, we should have been learning Punjabi. We weren't
Okay.
anyway,
You know,
but you
um,
know, anyway. So
someone is
yes,
calling me.
yes, of course, yeah. So
Let me
did you
put.
get to be able to spend much time with Jeevanson?
Okay, send you now. Yes, Anjiba, just go ahead, please.
Oh, I was.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
we was talking about Pai Jivan Singh. So his personality was attractive. You know, if someone
Mm.
see his face, his bana, his chakkar, his mala,
Yes, yeah,
so it was impressive.
yeah. Very, very good example he set,
Hmm.
and he was all. I remember too. He was always smiling and in charity kala. Always.
Yes, yes, that's the thing. That's the thing.
Yeah, he was a good example of a great Sikh who followed the command and directions of the Guru, and that's really the kind of example we want to try to set. That's my
Yes,
thinking.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. We should must have an example or
Hmm.
role model, and we should follow that role model and try to become like that.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
so
And that
as
just
I'm. Hmm?
expands. It takes, because if we set that kind of example, then people see that. There's no
Yes,
way around it. You just see
yes,
it, and
yeah,
you're
yeah. People want to see also. You're right.
yes.
The thing is, when the people read about Sikhism on internet and Gurbani translation, how a Sikh should be looking and how a Sikh, the character of a Sikh is. So that is very high character
Mhm.
presented in Gurbani. But
Yes.
when people look, people like us, we are not so good in Sikhi, and we our actions are no good. So people meet us and go back. So say no, no, no. These are not the good Sikhs, or these are not the Sikhs I am looking for. You know.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
So it's very important that we should have our own character very high and welcoming, loving, and sporting everything. You know.
Yes. Yes, I
So
agree.
yeah. So if we should become like Pai Jivan Singh, but if there are some peoples who are like Pai Jivan Singh, we should promote them and bring them in the front line that
Hmm.
people can meet them and get inspirations and feel affection, love, and all the things from those good Sikhs.
Yeah.
So,
Well, each in our individual way, we are uh, I guess, doing the prachar or setting an example because we're all different. We're not going to be
hmm,
exactly like by Jivan Singh Ji. Um,
yeah, yes.
yeah, we're
Mhm.
all going to be different. But I think the main thing is that we follow um, the Rahat of Guru Gobind Singh Ji, and we do our Amrit Vela in the morning and Banis and then let Waheguru um, uh, direct our lives, basically. And then all of these things will show through. That's what I believe.
We have Paipal Singh ji from India. He was in France long time. So, Paipal Singh ji, Uh, please say Fateh.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ
Okay.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ ਜੀ
Waheguru Ji
Right.
Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Fateh.
Fateh.
So we are discussing here to make a platform to welcome the newcomers in Khalsa family. So I have come to know that so many non-Punjabis came to Khalsa family and they returned back. So some of them left the Sikhi. So I'm thinking, what is the wrong? Why they? Because Khalsa Panth is such a beautiful Panth that if someone enters here, he will never try to leave it. He may die, but never. There are examples that the people who become Khalsa and the enemies were telling them leave the Sikhism and we will not give you sentence or give you the punishment. So, but they took the punishment, but not never said that they are going to leave the Sikhism or leaving the Khalsa family. So they were so attached with the Khalsa family that they will never leave it, even they have to die and die for it. But what's going on in these days that people are leaving Sikhism? They enter the Sikhism, Khalsa Panth, and leave it. So there may be no full devotion on those persons also, or there may be coming for some another reason than the pure love of the Guru. So there may be the reasons, but there may be one reason that they couldn't find the Khalsa Panth like they accept, expect that they may be thinking that this community will welcome me or support me and we will be happy in this community. So what may be the another reasons? So let's talk about the things that how we should treat the newcomers so that they feel safe, enjoyable environment and learning and everything. So by passing your views.
I think some people they don't understand Gurbani, Guru Granth Sahib. They don't understand ideology of Sri Guru Granth Sahib or Sri Guru Nanak Dev. This region, what I find, this region sometimes they have language problem, and some people I think they have a lot of expectation from Khalsa Panth. They think when once they become the Sikh, once they enter in the Sikhism, once they enter in the Khalsa Panth, maybe they have some expectation and they don't get it. That's why maybe they turn back. Maybe so many reasons, but we have to discuss with them. One, when why they come to the Sikhism, enter in the Sikhism, and why they turn back. That only they can tell us. We can only find some reason, but they know more than us, and we have to discuss with them. Then we can find the best solution in the future of newcomers.
Yeah, so next time I will try to find someone and get interview with him and try to ask why they came and why they left. These are two
Yeah,
questions, right? Okay,
right.
okay.
Then
So
we can find the other solution.
right. So Pai Gursang Singh ji, you are also from American background. So you can tell us why the peoples come to the Sikhism. So
No,
why
no.
the leave?
Ask him. But please ask him
Hmm?
then why
Hmm?
and why he come to the Sikhism first. What he think about Sikhism? What he had expectation from
Oh,
Sikhism, from Khalsa Panth.
okay.
Then he can explain us. very well.
Yeah, first part we ask from him, and second part,
First of all, when he started,
yeah,
Okay.
he started,
30 years ago.
yeah, long
It's
time.
it's a
Okay,
long,
Long.
long story.
yes,
So,
I know him. Okay,
yeah, yeah. I've been I seek for now for 45 some years.
wow.
And
Okay.
yeah, it's been a long road. And just, I guess I can condense it as much as possible because I also want to address this real big problem about why there's so many people who uh, become Sikhs and then they cut their hair or they want to make shortcuts in being a Sikh. And I've really thought about this question a lot and thought about my own experience. And then also, I've met um, several people outside, even outside of 3HO, because that's kind of a separate issue, but it really isn't. So just really briefly, I grew up in a Christian household, and so I encountered Yogi Bhajan back in the late 70s because one of his students was teaching yoga, this Kundalini yoga, up at the University of Oregon. So I was attracted to a lot of New Age spirituality and um, kind of that hippie kind of thing. Anyway, so because
Yeah.
we were all looking for something that would satisfy our desire for a spiritual life that was beyond the material. Um, uh, what do you call it? Goals, if you will, like people like my father had, and other people who were highly involved in making money and just that was their whole uh, goal in life, if you will, pretty much.
Oh,
And
mhm.
so we were part of that generation that was really looking for something spiritual that was beyond just making money and gathering material wealth. So Yogi Bhajan was offering this, what I saw at the time, as a alternative to this. He was he was a spiritual teacher from the East, and um, we had read books like Yogananda's autobiography of a yogi that was really popular with people like myself back
Yeah,
then.
I have read that book. Yes, yes.
Yes, yes, yes. So we saw it as kind of a way to satisfy that yearning for a spiritual life, one that would be everlasting and infinite and would change the world. So Yogi Bhajan promised all that, you know. Um, so being completely naive, I started to follow his teachings and became very interested in being around him and close to him. And so I spent a lot of time with him in Los Angeles. And I did a lot of seva. I donated thousands of dollars. Donated. I mean, I gave thousands of dollars to him in cash and time and energy and everything, like many people in 3HO did. So, and then I really have to say that when I started to be around, we'll call them traditional Sikhs like yourselves, um, I I started to see a real deeper um, spirituality, if you will, a deeper meaning to things. And so I started to study with the Granti there in LA, who many of you may know Sat Kirankar, who is the mother of Gurmustak Singh. And I lived at their house actually in Los Angeles there. So I learned a lot about Gurbani and the benefits of Sikhi and the Gurmukhi and that. Um, and I still tied in with a lot of the Kundalini yoga and tantric yoga of Yogi Bhajan and all these kind of now that I've realized they're kind of unsikh like practices, but at the time it seemed like it was really um, all that we could do because many Punjabis or traditional Sikhs did not speak English back then. That was back in the 80s. There were very few. And I'm just amazed now. I come to this Samagam yesterday, how they're second, third, fourth generation Sikhs here, they sound perfect English, and they're really they're tied in with all the cultural kind of mainstream actions and way of life of British and Canadians and U.S. Americans too. Anyway, so as I got more involved, I just realized that traditional Sikhi based on Sikh Mariata. Yogi Bhajan never talked Sikh Mariata. I never remember ever mentioning it.
Oh,
And,
okay, so yeah,
yeah,
actually,
yeah,
I will request you to not to focus only the Jogi Bhajan.
yeah,
Yeah, we know he did something good also and something bad also. Everything goes on,
yeah, yeah.
right?
I understand that, but it's essential for you to understand,
Yes,
how a lot of people, I'd say the majority of
yes,
Westerners became involved with Sikhi. It's really to understand the history is very important, and
right.
it really sets the stage for what's
Mhm.
happening now, because it's very disappointing now how many of these people in 3HO are cutting their hair, they're taking off their turbans as a result of all of these accounts of abuse and sexual assault by Yogi Bhajan are coming out. They were really attached to him. They weren't really attached to Sikhi. All
So
right.
the now the good point coming from your conversation is never attach with the cult or with the person.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that
Exactly.
connect with the Guru Sahib and the real
That's right.
Khalsa Panth.
Yes.
Okay, that's the good point.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go
That's
ahead.
there. When I came to realize when I went to India in 2009, there are 10,000 of these Babas in India. They're everywhere on every street corner. It was 10,000 Yogi Bhajans. Anyway, so yet, like you said, it's important not to get attached to a personality or a person or a cult like that. Now, I have met people that came into Sikhi without Yogi Bhajan. There are people out there, and I've talked to them some. There was one young man, I won't mention his name, but he was really into Sikhi. He had Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji and Prakash, and he was attending samagams regularly. He was wearing all 5Ks, and he was really into it. But I think what happened, and I think this may be true for a lot of people, um, they get to a point where it becomes more than just an exotic experience. Because let's face it, wearing a dastar, wearing the bana and all this, being able to wear a kirpan, because in many places it's illegal. You cannot wear a kirpan unless you're a Sikh. Okay, so many of these kind of exotic things, I think, appeal to people who want to look different, who maybe want to stand out as being different. And I think maybe with this young man, it just became kind of an exotic thing that he could just drop, and because he used to be a drug dealer, and so yeah,
My
so
God.
he got into Sikhi, and then he got back into that kind of whole group thing, that whole conscious of being a drug dealer and all this. Okay, so I talked to him. Many people I knew who were Sikhs talked to him, and you know, people's egos eventually they can't get out of it. I think like Gurbani says, this man has dug himself into this deep dark well, and he can't pull himself out. All right, and people think that they are their ego's so big that they don't want to humble themselves to listening to the commands and directions of Guru Sahib. That's kind of what I think happens with some people who get involved and then they get out. And I think that's true with many people I met in 3HO too are now cutting their hair because they didn't want to follow secret
Mhm.
Mariata. They didn't want to follow directions and commands of the gurus. They wanted to do their own thing. They wanted to do what felt good to them. Okay, many of them were hippies before, and they just kind of do what feels good to them. and they say, oh, it doesn't come from the heart or whatever. I don't care what if it comes from the heart. You do what the command of the guru is, and not what you think feels good to you. Okay. Do you
Okay,
understand what I'm?
okay. So
Yeah.
my question is,
Mm-hmm.
um, as the people who came to 3HO and maybe have some love with the Sikhism also, the Guru Sahib also,
Yes.
and some love to his personality of the Jogi Bhajan or
Mm-hmm.
his group.
Yes.
My question is, if they are doing something good, like, suppose they are doing Japji Sahib, they are doing sadhana, these are good things, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they are doing some bad things, or maybe like Hinduism things and
Mm-hmm.
another things, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it is the duty of the Khalsa to teach them, give them awareness that these things are good and these things are not good. So
Mm-hmm.
you leave the bad things and try to. Because I know the peoples like by Jivan Singh, by Fauja Singh.
Mm-hmm.
So they were really good Sikh who practiced Sikhism like 100%. And
Mm-hmm.
they were doing all the things according to Guru Sahib.
Yes.
Even Pai Fauja Singh gave his life, become Shaheed. So
Yes.
uh, I'm thinking that after them, so no good peoples or no Gurbani learned peoples or Naam Simran, as you told me that Pai Jivan Singh ji 24-hour Vaheguru Simran. So
Mm-hmm.
actually, these kind of people's, these role models are hard to find in these days. So if these kind of people come forward and teach uh, people who are like one step in the Sikhism and they have miles and miles to go. So we need they need sport and we should support them and that's why I'm starting this platform that even people's coming one step here towards the guru and we have to take care of them so we have to say we should say them welcome. Your first step is welcome and
Mm-hmm.
like that these things I'm thinking that people's uh, if we like there in Punjabi Sikhs also they also doing some bad things
Oh, of
even
course.
so they are everywhere
Mm-hmm.
so we usually don't recommend condemn them because we think these people usually do this. People cut hair, cut their beard, but they have turban, and they are alcohol. They use alcohol, and still they sick. They are sick. They say that they are sick. Even they are not baptized. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So we are tolerating them also. So, and we should tolerate the another peoples also who are doing bad things, right? So, it's time to give the awareness and support and a platform there where they all can grow. I have so many ideas, but first I want to know the ideas from the another Sangat, what they think that what we can do. We have a C Scott Panji. She is doing very very good in Texas area, and she has her own. What is her name was Shawnee? I think Khalsa Shawnee, like Khalsa Kent. So,
Oh, I don't know.
C Scott, can you unmute and say a few words?
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Can you give me a few minutes? I'm trying to help my grandfather with something.
Okay, okay, you come again. So, Pai Pal Singh ji. So, you.
What I think about yogi, what I think about the Gursikhs, Western Gursikhs.
Mhm,
Yogi was very intelligent. He
mm,
knows that some people are druggy, some people have a lot of money, but they are very upset in their life.
mm,
Okay. Then they start yoga. yoga for time being, temporarily. They do peace of mind for half an hour, 10 minutes, 50 minutes, 20 minutes. And also meditation is same thing. But he didn't explain them how we can do the Simran by the deep breath. This is the first step. But he did very good job in in his life, because so many people, they Western, they like him, they learn lot of things, but they did not learn about the Simran, about the Gurbani, what Gurbani says. This region, the people go back. I think this region, the people go back because they 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 didn't learn how we can do the Simran, how we can do the, we get up early in the morning and do the Simran. This is the real meditation. But he explained only yoga and meditation. This reason the people, once they come to the Sikhism, they maybe they have lot of expectation for peace of mind, but they did not get a peace of mind. They get peace of mind maybe temporarily for few minutes. After they, once they go back, why they go back, I think this is also reason. But we have to ask them what they have expectation before, when they become to, when they come to the Sikhism, when they start to learn about Sikhism, about ideology of Guru Nanak, Guru Granth Sahib. And why they go back, I think this is also one major reason. Once anybody who knows that do the Simran, breathe, 1 hour, 2 hour at least early in the morning, and we say this is the key of mind. Once we tight key of mind, then he can stable at least 10 hours. And after 8 hour evening time, once he do that means same thing, the key of Simran, key of, he can, once he can tight the mind with the key of Simran, then he can sleep very well, he can get good dream, and early in the morning the same thing. But I think, I don't know exactly, I think Yogi Harbhajan Singh did not explain them. This is also reason the people go back.
So, by Pal Singh ji, if he not explained, so it was the duty of Khalsa Panth to explain the things.
No, also he explained them, don't go to the other Punjabi people, Punjabi Sikhs.
He
They
told that.
also, why to do the Sangat with them? I think he did that.
He kept us away purposely from traditional Sikhs.
Right.
Absolutely. He didn't want us to meet with traditional Sikhs. And there was a lot of racism against traditional Sikhs. It was always said, they're not really Sikhs, they're traditional Punjabi Sikhs. It was really sad. Now I realize he did a lot of damage, really. And I think it was more than just him not teaching Simran, because he taught a lot of these meditations. He would cut Bani and twist it and put his own mantras inside of Gurbani. It was really a hatchet job. I came to realize a lot of that. I think he wanted to, create his own manmat. Anyway, okay.
Yes, Pakistan Singh ji, but he attracted so many people to the yoga, So
that's right.
What we should do to attract the people who want to become Sikh?
Right.
So what we can do?
Well, I've said, I think the only way really is to have these samagams and have Gurbani and have events where we invite them. But the reality of it is that what I see is that many of these people who are following Yogi Bhajan who have now cut their hair and taken off their dastars, they even say, oh, we're still Sikhs. How can you still be a Sikh and not follow the head of Guru Gobind Singh Ji? You know, you might as well call yourself a Hindu or anything else, you know? And then they practice all of these cut mantras and things that Yogi Bhajan gave that were part Hindu and part, you know, part, it was just really, it's like that. Anyway, so there are many people who are just going to leave.
Cannot hear anything, please.
Not much we can do. Anyway, so.
Can't hear anything.
Who want to talk?
Somebody said they can't hear him.
Can you your video on, please? We can have your darshan.
Okay. One moment.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I think that the only real thing to do is to have outreach and have these samagams and invite and the people are not going to come necessarily. I've invited many people to come. Amrit Vela in the morning. We've got a cyber sangat in Los Angeles that we have Amrit Vela with every morning, and I've invited many of the 3HO and other people to come, and they don't come. They never call.
But I think in LA, these people are still doing good with the Punjabi Sikhs, and they are doing Sukhmani Sai Path and other things. So the LA at 3HO Sikhs are doing good.
I don't know too much about it, but nobody's ever contacted me, and I don't see anybody in the cyber sangat from the 3HO LA sangat. Anyway, I don't really know.
Now we have another Bhai Sahib.
Yes. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh.
Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Fateh Ji.
I'm Devinder Singh from Toronto. And I would like to add a few, just to give a small suggestion. When I was around 15, 16 years old, my father, he saw a poster in Gurdwara Seesganj Sahib in Delhi regarding a Sikh camp for age 13 to 30, 13 to 30. So I attended a few of those camps in which, and one was in Delhi where American Sikhs were also there. So my suggestion is that as Bhai Gursan Singh Ji said, and you also said, and Bhai Pal Singh Ji, that what we can do, I think to really experience the whole life of a Sikh, if we start small camps, 2 days, 3 days, or maybe a week, because the one which I attended for the first time, that was a 3-week camp, which started from Delhi to Kashmir, Pahalgam, from Delhi to Jammu by train. Whole bogie was booked, 160 participants were there. And then we, from Jammu to Pahalgam, Kashmir, we stayed there in camps, in tents, and there was the Gurdwara there. From morning till evening, with breaks, we used to attend that, the morning service, and then Bir Ras Kirtan, Bir Ras Shabads in English also. And I would try to contact, there is those people in 1984, there were 2 organizers, Principal Hira Singh from Delhi and one Captain Harbhajan Singh. He took early retirement, and he was a security officer with ISI Institute. If you remember, the ISI is the Indian Standards Institution, which gives food certification. So he was a security officer, and he used to organize these camps. He's no more now, but his family immigrated to California, and they also organize camps. So the camp by camp, what we do is we are doing nothing else. We are attending the camp, number 1. Number 2, we live from morning till evening. Morning, we do Nitnem, and then we do Kirtan, and then whoever wants to learn turban tying and all those things, no, whoever is deficient in any field, he gets knowledge on that. And then evening darbar and all those things. So we don't go outside the camp anywhere.
So the camps are the good solutions to attract the.
I think this is the best because we don't go anywhere else. Like it's not in a city, it's like in a sort of a suburb or something like that. And our life is contained the whole day at the camp.
The camps are going on everywhere in USA, North America.
Yeah, for adults also, like I am 65 now, and by Gursan Singh, I don't know what his age is. He said he's following 45 years, which is really incredible for a American Sikh to follow for 45 years. He is a big example for the whole American population.
Yeah.
He can come forward and he can give talks. They can understand his views faster than we try to explain.
Yes. Yeah, he's ready to do sevas. He's
Yeah,
always.
he will be a big motivator for the whole American people who want to, because he has seen life, as he said, he knows the drug dealers and all those things. Like, so people can connect very quickly with him.
So there were Cisco. Are you ready now? Because we are to this program is like 1 hour, so we will close at that time. So we will discuss whatever we can discuss in this time.
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ
Yeah, so I decided to jump on the Zoom call today after connecting with Baisab and hearing what he's trying to do, which is awesome, in my opinion. And also hearing these ideas, I'm in agreement with, for example, the camp idea. The only thing about the camps I would suggest is, like Baisab said, camps are always ongoing, especially here in the US and Canada and stuff like that. And I've attended like Khalsa camp and stuff like that. But something I would suggest is with the camps, making sure you have like some sort of check-in structure or follow-up structure. Because oftentimes, yes, you gather together with Sangat for 2, 3, 4 days, and you're getting exposed to proper Sikhi. But for those who are new to the community and they go back home and they don't have that support network, that's when typically after a few weeks, they start struggling and they're in danger of falling off. But yeah, that would be my suggestion there. Is there anything else, I guess, you want me to say, Baisab?
Okay. Yeah, you also told me that you have seen a few persons went away from the Sikhi, like 9, 10 persons you personally know. So have you ever talked with them? What the reason why they left?
For some of them, I would say it was because, when you join a different faith tradition than the one you were brought up in. So typically for most of us, of course, that's either Christianity, and there was a few that were Islam. You lose the support of your family, and they look for that same support in Sangat. Yes. And if they get that support, they're good. That's what I noticed. When they don't get that support from their local Sangat, that's when they fall off. That's the common formula I've seen with that. And this is not just Sikhs that I've personally interacted with here in the US, but like even ones I've connected with like in Europe. I think there's one in Mexico, There's like one or two in the continent of Africa and stuff like that, but that tends to be the general trend. Um, the only other reasons I can think of is because they're usually struggling with something that, of course, head wise is not acceptable, and they're just not able to properly overcome it. Like, for example, I had a friend, she was interested in Sikhi, she was coming into Sikhi and stuff like that, but she had a smoking addiction. And she, during her time when she was in Sikhi, she was really trying hard to beat it, but ultimately, I think she wasn't able to overcome that. And at the same time, too, family wise, of course, she was kind of surrounded by that. So that's another reason I can think of for why people tend to drop off.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. The peoples come from different culture, different background, different parents, and they struggle a lot. As the Punjabi Sikh, they from the childhood they know what the Sikhism is, and the people who come new from other backgrounds, they need a big support, no doubt in it. And that's why I'm talking and taking this initiative that we should have a platform where newcomers can come and if they have some problems or some difficulties, they want support. So there should be someone to support them. There should be a helpline number that everyone can call them that number. And even whatever situation is, they can discuss with the confidence that whom I'm talking. This group is a very good group, sportive group, and they are not going to leak it out what my problems are. That's the thing is that if a real good group comes forward and really supportive. In a poem, Guru Gobind Singh says, Khalsa Mero Mat Pita. The Khalsa is my mother and father. So the Khalsa is my every relative, and Khalsa is my Guru. Even our Guru Gobind Singh says that Khalsa is so big, so supportive. So that kind of Khalsa is like these days hard to find, but it still exists. We can't say that no nothing is like that now. It is still there, but somewhere, you know, doing Simran lonely or what. So we have to find those kind of Khalsa and bring them to a platform. Khalsa is the game of love, right? Guru Gobind Singh says, "Jin prem kiyo tin hi prapayo." And the love is the key to go to the reach to the Vaheguru. And uh, love to the humanity. If you want to love the Guru, if you want to love to God, so God is in His creation. So we have to love the creation also. The creation, like we people are the creation of the God. So we should love all the people without any discrimination. So, but people who came to the Sikhi fold, so we should take care of them first of all. Like Guru Gobind Singh says, "Dan diyo in hi ko phalo." So supporting the Khalsa is I like it. If someone supports Khalsa, that sport is very good sport. So, cause these are good people, want to become good. The Khalsa is a superhuman. You know, if someone a man becomes Khalsa, So he is in. I have heard that the old Gursikhs used to say, "Khalsa khud khuda." Khalsa is like a god. Khalsa khud khuda. Khuda means Khalsa is himself a god. So the Khalsa's character should be like a god, like forgiving, loving, caring, sporting, whatever the qualities of God. These are the qualities of the Khalsa. So first we should take those qualities in ourselves, and then we should give these qualities to the others. And Khalsa is a very big power. You know, Khalsa can convert this whole world to in a different shape. Khalsa is such a power. Khalsa is a, you know, Guru Gobind Singh says, in Gurbani also it says that Khalsa is a person who has seen the light of the God, and that light has developed in the Khalsa. The Puran Jot Jagay Ghat Mein, to Khalis Tahin Khalis Janu. If you have enlightened yourself, then you are Khalsa. So the first thing is be enlightened. So for that, the key is Simran and following Gurbani and Rahat. Rahat is very, very compulsory because Rahat means you are following Guru, and the person who follows the Guru is Gurmukh, and a person who follows the mind is Manmukh. Like who is following his mind? Mind says go there, mind says do bad things, and he follows, and his Manmukh. And Guru says do this, and he does that thing, then he is Gurmukh, right? So if we are following the Guru Sahib, then we are Gurmukh. And as much as we follow the Guru, we are not following our mind. So we are going away from our mind, and this is the key that the Rahat, yeah, following the Guru's order, is a good way to get out of your mind's manmukta. Manmukh, like you are now not following your mind. The more Rahat, if you are doing 100% Rahat, you are now 0% with your mind. So the mind, you are 0% manmukh, because only mind is stopping you to go towards the Rahat. Otherwise, you will go to the Rahat, because Rahat is Guru's order. So if you are following Guru's order, then you are Gurmukh. If you following your mind's order, then you are Manmukh. So Rahat is a test, you know. So if you can test yourself, you like how much you are following. So if you are following uh, more Rahat, you are more Gurmukh. So if you are not following a Rahat, there you are Manmukh, because your mind is stopping you to do towards that Rahat. So Rahat one is very, very important. Rani Rahe Soi Sikh Mera. But Rahat is so hard that you cannot be, uh, you cannot do your man marji. You cannot follow your mind in the Rahat part. So mind is like dying, and then mind don't want to die. You know, the mind will give some another ideas that leave this path. This is too so hard. One cannot follow this path. One this is hard. This is too much. So the our soul, our conscious, uh, when listens and say, yeah, I think also like you. So he or she starts following the mind. then becomes manmukh, and man will take you very, very away from the God. Mind never wants you to become one with the God. When you become the one with God, the mind totally dies, and no one want to die. Even we also don't want to die. So everyone to live. So mind, actually, the mind have two sides. One side is gurmukta. The mind is also gurmukh. So if you smoke, he wants to go to the Guru's path. So actually, Gurbani says we have two minds. So this is a another theory. We have two minds. मन ही मन से मानस्यों कहे कबीरा मानसा मिलया ना कोई. One mind says to the another that the actually the theory of the guru is the mind is came from Jot, the light, God's light. So the pure mind is like a God. So what happened to the mind? Why he is not pure? Janam janam ki man ko mal lagi. This mind is become dirty with from the so many lives. He is doing kam, krodh, lobh, moh, hankar, and is full of is black with that dirt. So now he's used to so used to live like that dirty life. So when it becomes pure, then dirty mind totally dies. There is a new mind which is fresh, clean, light form. So that dirty mind don't want to be die. So we have to kill that mind, not the good mind. So we have to clean the dirt of that mind. And so this is a struggle and this is a war. This is jung. You know, I know when there was 9/11, there was say America is under attack. So like no country says we are under war, we are on the war. So we are also on the war with the mind. The war is always going on until the mind, dirty mind, dies. We kill dirty mind. This is the war. He will try to kill us. He will try to take away from the Guru, and we will kill him and we will bring him to the Guru. So this is when I was young, I read a Gurbani talk and actually Guru Gobind Singh thing, Khalsa so jo kare nit jang. The Khalsa will be on the war every day. So I was confused that Khalsa, there was a jang in the with the Mughals in Guru Sahib's time and after the Guru Sahib's time. So I was thinking there is no jang in these days. So how, where should I go to fight a jang? So uh, uh, a lot after a long time, I come to understand that that war is inside war, and that should be going on every day. The mind will try to take you away from the guru, and you will try to take the mind towards the guru. So this is jang, this is war, and we are the warriors, and we will have to win this war. We will make our mind to follow Guru Sahib's Rai 100%. Then we will be enlightened, and then we will have supernatural powers. And then we can change. A single person can change the whole world if he becomes light. But the this is the game of the God. The God wants peoples to suffer and to go the bad ways and take the experience and come back. So some people don't come back. They become so used to, and they are very uncomfortable over there. They are very unhappy over there. They are very painful, but never come to the Guru that and who has the solutions, who has the joy, who has Anand. The Anand thing is this is only in Guru Kar. This is in Guru Sahib's. Anand is a word which has no negative office. It like a day and night, good and bad, and there are always couples, good and bad, and everything. But the Anand word, it has no is another negative word. The Anand is Anand. So there is no another like negative comparison to this word. So this word only exists in Sikhism, Anand Tudkar. The in Sikhism, the in Guru's house, there is Anand. And if you go to the Kirtan or Samagam, and you can feel that Anand, and you will not, never feel that Anand anywhere else. I think Gusant has experience of that. He was telling me last night he was in Ranswai, and uh, yeah, can you share that experience to us also? What is
Yes, I agree with you. There is nothing like experiencing Gurbani in a Ransabai Kirtan. It just, it's so beyond description, really. The
yeah?
just the peace of mind
Mhm.
and the realization that we are part of uh, Guru Sahib, really, and that we follow Guru Sahib's command, then we get,
Yes.
like you were saying, we get out of this ego, if you will, or our own manmat practices, and get into practicing gurmat. This is the way to true peace, and guaranteed anybody who sincerely goes to a Ransabai Kirtan. And what I was telling Baisab about how you can read the English translations from Gurbani to English. They have it in the Leicester Gurdwara. It's a brand new Gurdwara they have there, and they have it. The Gurbani and the English translations fill the entire wall.
With the projector, yeah, I know it's everywhere in
And it's
USA
just
also.
great.
Mhm.
You can
Mhm.
read right along with the with what they're playing. And for somebody who, I'm not proficient in Gurmukhi, and I can read the English, and it's just very uplifting. Really, really uplifting.
You would excuse me, please, one moment. I'd like to add a line. In all the AKJ programs we have in Toronto every Saturday morning, we all have those translations through the Asadivar. Asadivar is 4 hours, and Simran is before that. So we have all those programs. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
great.
yeah.
So, to the conclusion that AKJ or ranks-wise can play a good role where the people can experience the spiritual environment
Yeah.
and the aura and blessing and anand.
Yes.
Vaheguru.
Right?
May I add a few lines, please?
Excuse me?
May I add a few lines?
Sure. Why not?
Okay. So one which you said, helpline. That is a very, very big, good idea. And I would suggest, like, from my own experience, if anyone reads the meaning of Anand Sahib, Bani, Anand Sahib, I think that is the whole uh, how to live a life, what are the benefits, and why, how God blesses us. Anand Sahib is, when I first read Anand Sahib, I had tears in my eyes. So, sir, Susi Virji, you are from Seattle, right?
Ji.
We can have camps in Vancouver. There is in New Westminster, there is Gurdwara Sukh Sagar. They have very good space, and all the there can be some families who can, like accommodate some participants, volunteers,
Mhm.
or there are some Khalsa schools like in this, the camps which I attended. It was I'm not recalling the name. I'll just
Okay, there
outlook.
are so many, and the Japnam Singh is doing also the camps over there, and so
Okay.
you can call me after this meeting,
Sure, sure,
right?
sure.
So, and now I want to ask that we continue every week and discussing until we become a platform, and the platform comes in existence, and can we? Because last time there were more people. There were also same 7, 8 people. Um, I'm thinking that peoples are not showing interest in this project or initiative. I'm trying to make a platform, give a platform. Uh, but if you think it's a good thing, and we should continue until we make a platform.
When you
So,
start something good,
mhm,
only there are very few people. But when you become successful, then people
mhm,
join you. So the initiative which you took, it is a very great thing.
mhm.
It is the biggest seva which you are doing. It's the biggest seva.
So hope you will come next Sunday also same time.
100%.
And
Yes, yes, that's fine.
all right,
Yeah.
so then we will go step by step by step, and then we will reach to some goal. Um, so at the last moment, I say welcome to all of you. If someone else want to say a concluding thing, is
I just
welcome.
have, I just
Hmm.
have one more thing to add. I wanted to talk about
Right.
speaking about translations from Gurmukhi to English.
Hmm.
We really need a proper and correct translation
Hmm.
in contemporary English. Um, the the translation that, or I guess transliteration more accurately, that's used by a lot of the projections during the Ransabais and other events
Yeah,
is
they are from Sikhi to the max, and there's
yeah,
yes.
That is
it's
a very
not a
good app.
proper, yeah,
Hmm.
it's this Sant
Yeah.
Singh who did a transliteration, which was, he didn't know
Hmm.
Gurmukhi, and it kind of uh,
The hmm.
biased towards Yogi Bhajan's Manmat. Anyway, so because he was a student of Yogi Bhajan. So if anyone has an interest, my wife and I would like to do something. This is one of our long-term projects. So if anybody has an interest in helping with a translation, please contact me, or please talk about it.
Okay.
But I think
Okay.
that would be a
Your wife is here with you. Can she?
no, no,
No.
no, she's not. No,
She's
but
she she's doing case key. She used to wear a turban.
oh, of course, yeah, of course, yeah.
Okay, okay.
She's
So
traditional
okay,
Punjabi.
yeah, I come to know that she do the Sukhmani Sa part every day.
Yes, 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 she does now with
Oh,
the cyber
that's great.
summit in
That's
Los
great.
Angeles. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, yeah, so we're both interested in doing
Okay,
some kind
okay.
of,
I will give you call after this also.
yeah, that's great.
Whatever help you want, I will try to provide.
Waheguru, Waheguru.
Okay. So now we say Gurfate, and I
Uh,
again and again thank you all of you. By passing, you want to say and then
no, no,
something?
ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਜੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ
Ka Khalsa,
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ
Waheguru Ji
Vaheguru
Ki
Ji
Fateh.
Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki
Waheguru
Fateh
Ji
Ji.
ki
Thank you,
Fateh.
Virji.